Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neevesknives. Running late, though. Running late. With absolutely no topics. But it's okay. We will push through. I'm sure we can come up with stuff on the fly. We've definitely done it before. I will say right now, I'm about to open up a Blue Edition Red Bull, the blueberry one. Pretty delicious. I love these flavored Red Bulls. Some would say I'm damn near addicted to them. But what can you do? Damn, those things are delicious. How's everybody doing? So we got Dennison here. Mr. Tunes. How you doing, man? Will be. Seems logical. Have you heard about this hot new knife channel, Zach in the Wild? Have I? It's a knife channel, Zach in the Wild. I don't think I have. Maybe I need to check it out. Will be at work, but dropping by for a like. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Matt, be right back. Going to fold my laundry. Gotta take care of the laundry, man. Definitely got to do that. I drove a few. Okay. You talking to Breeze? Ed Durbin, always in the building. My cousin Breeze, always in the building. Do you have the lottery numbers for tomorrow? You guys are ready. Feels like Sunday. Does feel like Sunday, doesn't it? But it is Saturday. Made me double check. Making me double check. We got a happy Saturday. So let's talk about some knives. Alice is here. How you doing, Alice? Nick. It's Zach from Blade 8. Oh, yeah. I did see he has a channel. It's Zach from the Blade HQ. Not a knife channel per se, but he does a lot of knife content. Yeah, doesn't he? Like, I think I watched a couple episodes, and I think he, like, got a house or something like that and started working on it and is, like, remodeling it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's cool. It seems that, because I'm not sure, but I don't think he works for Blade HQ anymore. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But if you guys remember, first it was Ben Peterson, the one who makes the banters or designs the banters. He started, and then after he left and started doing his own thing, which he got famous, I guess you could say, from Blade HQ. That's how he has all his clout, you could say, in the knife community. He used to do the social media for Blade HQ and run their YouTube channel or whatever. And then Zach started doing it. So I would say Blade HQ's made a couple people come up. I mean, they're good for business, right? Ben and Zach were staples. Yes. Their new guys kind of stink. Those new guys, though, they're doing the same thing, though. It's almost, I hate to say it like this. It's almost like, like they're recycling people to some extent and, making different people hot, or whatever. And everybody did love Ben. These new guys, I don't have a problem with them, but there is that thing where you get used to people, and when they leave and then you bring in the new person, you're not used to their style, and it takes a while for you to warm up to them, and that's kind of what's happening. But no matter what, they have a large following already, so they don't have to build it, right? So they don't have the, how do I say it? They don't have the problem with having to get credit, or get popular through work. They come with the audience already there, and so, which, I mean, I guess it's a win-win for them. Whether or not the audience does like them, I mean, that's up to the audience. Blade HQ is China sellout central. You know, I would say 90%. That's the US today. I mean, there in some cases there's not much choice. Um, I'm not saying that there is not. So put it this way: if every single place sold 90% USA made knives, and they ran everything off of USA made stuff, they wouldn't all be able to do it. One company like USA Made Blades is able to do what they do because they're the only one, really, or maybe not the only one, but the only one I can think of that does only USA Made knives. So, but you know, it's money, man. I mean, you almost can't blame them to some extent. They got to make money. They're a business, and they're in the knife industry, right? In the knife industry, the most amount of knives are coming from there, you know. So, and especially when you talk about the ones that people are willing to buy that they can afford, you know, most people don't look at a knife and say, I can spend $450 on a quality knife. Now, we always had standards that, you know, rose above the rest of them. Not saying that that's went away, but, you know, I do think Mike Emler was right to some extent when he talked about we wanted, you know, cheap things, very, you know, affordable things fast for a while. And that's what they gave us. And then once they realized, or we started screaming for good quality stuff, it's not that they couldn't do it at the time. It's just that they didn't, you know, we didn't want it. Right. That's how they were able to fill up and I'm not talking about knives, you know, in particular, I'm talking about just things. You know, that's how they filled up the shelves of Walmart with very affordable things, and people could just go there and get, you know, something that they used to spend a lot of money on very, very affordably. It might have been cheaper quality, but once we started bitching about wanting better quality, they did that. You know, they started providing better quality, and I'm not saying they didn't steal a lot of things. I'm not saying that things don't, you know, but they are able in 2022 to provide very, very good quality things. And we're the ones in competition now. Before it was them in competition with us. Now we're in competition with them. And to some extent, we better start fucking acting like it. So, you know, and talking about the knife industry in general, we better really start acting like it. I'd rather buy one American made knife than have 15 knives. Thank you for the £5, Talica. Yeah, but that's not 90% of people. 90% of people would rather. I'm not trying to speak for everybody, but a lot of people just want a good quality knife that's affordable. You know, they don't need 15 knives. They need 2 or 3 knives that are good quality. You know, and they don't want to spend 15 knives or 15 you know, 15 knives worth of money just to get one knife. You know what I mean? So then you know, you know, like USA made knives. You guys know I love USA made knives. You know, I recommend USA made knives. But I would be a hypocrite and a liar if I didn't pretend that there aren't some amazing, great quality knives for great quality prices for the people that are in that price range, and that's where they want a quality knife. You know, and I don't think it's too much to ask. I really don't. I don't think it's too much to ask to say I have under $100. Can I get a good quality knife? You know, I don't think that's too much to ask. It is a knife to some extent. You know, so it's not a transmission. You know, it's not an exercise machine. So I don't think it's too much to ask to get a good quality knife with a decent heat treat for under $100. And that's the market that we are not filling in the USA. That's the market we're not filling. Buy a Kershaw bare knuckle. I agree. Buy a Kershaw bare knuckle, but that gives you two options: the bare knuckle or the knockout. The other USA made ones are over $100 now. You only have two options, and it's probably not going to be long till those are over. Now, the thing is, though, is for the same amount of money, you can get better quality. You really can. So that's where I'm saying, like, when you're spending that money, everybody wants to get the best that they can get. You know what I mean? It's like you can look at it even in anything else. Anything else. Everybody wants to get the best they can get for their money. That is the big thing. For the same price. Now, a lot of people are willing to say, I want that USA made thing. That's what I want. It speaks pride to me. It speaks quality and all that. And for that, you do have to pay a little extra. And I understand the price and why it is more. But I think that, to some extent, we need to start working on that to make that stay true. It does start falling off when there are a lot of companies that aren't doing as good a quality and are not competing in the market and are 2 years behind, when it comes to what places or communities want and quality and all of that. So, I don't want to be a Kershaw, so I upgraded. Yeah, good move, Jared. So I don't buy one either. Dennis, shout out to Dennis. He's talking about the members. We our bottom tier is the Kershaws, then it goes up to the Spartans, and then the Rocksteads. We have 3 tiers in the membership. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. You can see that if you look next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. And if you can't see it, you need to go on a computer or just a different device. Some devices, you don't see it for some reason. I don't know why. I hope you're as proud to carry that Chinese knife as they were making it. I know this. I feel the sarcasm. You're spreading it on nice and thick. I would say, and you might not think so, but you'd be surprised how many proud Chinese makers there is, and how many do take it very seriously. And I don't want to offend people here, because I don't give a fuck if I do, but you got to understand, they're the ones that are fucking competing. They really are. And I'm not saying there's not USA made ones out there, but they really are competing. I mean, they are running social medias and communicating with people and answering messages and making posts and being excited about products coming forward. And you can see it, you can feel it. And that's what I keep bitching about from a lot of the USA side, is that's what they're missing. They need to start acting like it is a threat. Because they don't act like it's a threat, and I think they need to. I think they need to make it seem like it's a threat to some extent, and start pushing their products more, and working in the community and doing, their part. I really do. If they started doing that, if they treated it as a threat, then they would do a lot more. I really think so. But what can you do? Hey, there's Justin, OCD for EDC. Sorry I had to drop off the phone. What was it, last night? I had an emergency. Just some personal shit. So, but my apologies, brother. Definitely go and check out OCD for EDC. Also, you check out his website. He's got knives on there. Speaking of knives, the Jack Wolf knives did drop. I got it sitting over here. The Midnight did drop. If you guys want to get one, he's got them on his website. He also has other knives and CMEs and Slickum. I'm not sure what's all available right now, so go and check out OCD for EDC's website. Maybe one of the moderators can link it. It's just like his name right there, OCD for EDC. He's very smart in the way he did that. The website and his channel name are both one in one. the name. That is very, very smart marketing. It is evident that American manufacturers simply do not have the same attention to quality. They do it just for a lot higher price, and I could say a lot of things, and I could say a lot of things. I want nothing more than to say all great things about the USA companies. I want nothing more than to do that. I do think it was something to be, I think it's still something to be very, very proud of when you can say USA made. So, yeah, and I'm proud of it. I'm very proud of it. I buy clothes for that exact reason. We even technically have some of our Neevesknives stuff that's USA made. Not all of it, we can't decide that, but there is some of it. And then, yeah, I'm I try to get as much as I possibly can. But in the knife industry specifically, if like me doing knives, like, I do all knives, but just in particular with everything in life, because there's a lot more than just knives. Oh man, no problem. No problem. American leads the world in computerized data. Is that true? I wish, but an off-centered shaman in the warranty repair was still not impressive. I've heard a lot of people complain about the Spyderco's warranty. I've personally never dealt with it, but I've heard a lot of people kind of complain about it, which I don't think is acceptable. I think that is a company that should have a damn good warranty. I can't speak for it myself. I haven't dealt with it, but I believe you. Wait, how was that? I'm proud of my USA made knives as well, but it seems like a lot of the USA makers are, I'm guessing, shitting on members of the community lately or other USA business. I agree. And I think that that's another thing they should be proud of and be helping bring up the next, competitors for the USA market. I think that is something that they should support and want, but me, I'm not going to speak for him, but me and somebody recently that I was hanging out with, we were kind of talking about that, like that you'd think that they would understand that they paved the way for these other USA makers, and that these other USA makers, look up to them. But it's which I understand there's somewhat competition, but they don't have to look at it like that. Like they should be supporting each other to some extent. And you guys know some of the things I'm talking about. I don't think I need to go into it. It's definitely getting better. I can see it. We are still better than China, at least. Yeah, we are. We're just a little bit more money. But I'll tell you what, man, they're not excuse my language, but they're not fucking around. They're coming in hot. They're coming out seriously. And like I said, there are a lot of very passionate knife makers out there, knife designers, knife makers, and we better take it seriously. Especially when it comes to, because if you guys notice, the community is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not going to slow down. It's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And a lot of the companies better get involved. They're gonna, because the people that are huge fans of certain companies, they're gonna eventually dwindle down if those companies don't start trying to do more in the community and be a staple and a name and evolving, right? Dawn and water in a spray bottle works awesome for cleaning knives. Yeah, alcohol works the best for cleaning knives, in my opinion, because it dries. It evaporates very fast and it cleans through glue and things like that. And then you can oil it. But yeah, soap and water works good too, of course. People The people complaining about others buying Chinese knives are like Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at the door. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. uh, those companies will become Gerber and Fiskars. Now that's hilarious. And that's very true. That's very true. We need more CKF type makers here in the US. Custom knife makers. I agree. And I think we're gonna have people coming up in companies evolving and popping up and things like that the longer we go on. But we need it though. You're right. We do need more. I mean, Japan don't fuck around. Germany don't fuck around. Italy don't fuck around. Yeah, the problem with Italy is their steels can be very soft. Their steels, they're not up to date in steels yet. And they have maybe a different market. A lot of their stuff goes to like the UK and things like that. So maybe they don't need to be, but I don't know. Japan definitely they definitely put themselves at a high standard. Man, I don't know much about German knives. I don't at least none off the top of my head. Catch up. How many people do we have in here? I can't see it. Mr. Designs. What's up, buddy? Shout out to Mr. Designs in the house. Definitely go and follow him on Instagram. He's got some really, really good quality knives coming from the OEM Riet, which I don't even think it's an argument. The best OEM. Yeah, the best OEM. You really you can't compete with the Riet's OEM work. So I'm trying to get this to come up so I can actually see. Neck knife? A neck? Oh, you know what? I was gonna show it in a different video. We can just do it right here really quick. I'm gonna probably just put it in a video anyways, like just 146 people. All right, let's do an unboxing really quick. I have, where is it? I thought it was literally right here. What did I do with it? Oh, come on, give me a break. We might not be able to do the damn unboxing. I got a neck knife. It's not going to be like you think. Give me a second. I'll think about it, where it's at. Shout out to the QSP over at Traditional Pocket Knives, though. This is the 18th. This dropped. So you guys can get these. And in 2 days, it's dropping. In 2 days, this is dropping on Traditional Pocket Knives. This is the M390 with the jigged pattern, full titanium frame lock. Nice and thin, slim. Great knife. And man, this thing is super affordable. QSP Penguin. But this is only sold at the Traditional Pocket Knives. I did do a first impressions on it and everything. Damn, maybe I set it over here. Hang on a second. I must have left it out there or something. But a great neck knife is the Mike Emler Sea Snake, but I did have a brand spanking new one I wanted to show you guys. But yeah, the Artisan Sea Snake's really good. Oh, here it is right here in front of me. I had it used as a prop for my computer thing. All right, so let's check this thing out. You guys ready? All right, I don't think I can link this. I'm not 100% if it's available right this second. I think it is, though. If not, it'll be available here in like a couple days. This is the Wii Knives Cork. So it comes in a couple different colors. It is full titanium. I think 20 CV. So it is a neck knife. It comes with the chain. And then here is the package. That comes in purple as well. Now, this is all titanium, guys. This is even titanium. The sheath is titanium. Not very heavy, but it has a nice little weight to it. And as you can see, it has a T8 right there. So you grab it, and it is a little, I think it's like 20 CV. Let me see here. I think, oh no, M390. This little blade is M390. It's got a dual grind. Comes with a nice little edge though. So, and then this is chisel grind. And the sheath, let me see if I can get this on the microphone. Oh yeah, hold on. It has a cutout, or the cut of it is similar to the blade, so you never mistake which direction to put it. It's very obvious, but has a nice click. And it has a detent in it. I'm going to show you this. Hopefully you guys can see this. Look right here. Watch when I pull it out. See how that moved? So that little thing, it has like, it's similar to a detent. So it's like, I'm guessing it is a detent. Well, it's basically like a detent. It goes over this little groove right here on the knife. There's a groove right here. And so it locks it in. So you'll never have to worry about this thing falling off or anything. And then you have the necklace. And the necklace goes through right there. And it hangs on your thing just like that. Bang, bang. And you just grab it and yank it off. I like the sound of it. It has a nice little chink when it comes off. Let me turn this up. Oh, I didn't do it that time. Kind of cool. So that is the Wii Knives neck knife cork. I like it. What's cool is it does have a pivot. You can see it, the T8 pivot, just like a regular Wii Knives pivot. And like I said, it does come in different colors, all titanium and M390. Very cool, man. Very, very cool. So I do not know the price on them. I did not look it up. We can look it up really quick. Let's just double check really quick. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm going to look it up. The Wii Cork is going for, and it is available right now. I believe add to cart. Yeah. I'm looking at blades, $80, $79.99, all titanium with M390. A little pricey, but I guess it just depends. If this is exactly something you're looking for, then it's not too bad, considering the materials. But yeah, it's a little pricey. I would say $50 would be a better price. I know it's M390. I get it, but it's a very little cut of M390. But it's not like crazy. When I don't know, man. It's tough to say. Is there a designer involved? I don't know the designer. I'm not positive. I don't see it. Kurdashi style blade made from premium stainless steel, small circular titanium handle with black and silver finish. So they have the black finish, the silver finish. Oh, check this out. They have one with a carbon fiber sheath instead of titanium. So if you want a little bit lighter weight, you can get I like the titanium, to be honest. I would personally get the titanium. That might be a little heavy on somebody's neck, but they do have a titanium one. And like I said, they have a couple different colors. All right, let me get back to the chat. You'll never find. I can't see what that is. Put an American name on it so I can pay double, please. That's hilarious. We do have a couple of American-made knives we're going to talk about. We got a couple Chinese knives too. We'll get into it here in a second. The Cork isn't. Oh, it is? Okay. And also, Ostap Hell Design. He makes some unique things for sure. Yeah, and it is definitely unique, but it's pretty cool. What I like, one thing you got to respect about Wii Knives is that they'll take things like this and make them great quality. So, like, you might see something else on the internet like this, and it'll be just cheap shit. Kind of like this. Kind of like the ring knife, right? If Wii Knives made this little knife, ring knife. Come on. If we made that, it would be of good quality materials. But when you get it just randomly off of Amazon, I mean, it's just, obviously shit quality. But like something like this is really good quality. So, and it gives you an opportunity to buy weird, quirky things like that are, and it is called the Cork. So that's why I'm calling it quirky. Knife Sergeant's in the house. Salute the Knife Sergeant. Check out his YouTube channel as well. Just picked up the Mini Malice. Nice. I got my big Malice sitting right here. I got my Mini, but it's in my case. Ooh, love the big Malice, man. This is such an awesome knife. I'm wondering if we're not going to see a large one in the future. Not that I've heard anything, but it would be cool if they took the Mini Malice and then made a Mini Malice button lock. I mean, we do have the Archbishop 3.0, 2.0. Like, we have a bunch of those. Why not? Right? Why not? This is a big knife, full size. The small is considered a small knife, but it's still a great size. It's the size that most people really like. But a medium size would be really cool. Salute to the Sergeant. Nerds are the greasers of 2022 NAF. Jared or anyone, I need help finding someone who makes a replacement pocket clip for the 5.5. It's a great knife, but it has a atrocious pocket clip. I can't find a replacement anywhere on the interwebs. I don't know what fits it. I've never tried to swap the clip for it or get a new clip. I really don't even know where to start with that. You could, if you don't have a big knife collection, because I would say, try swapping clips around and figure out one that works. I'm not sure if you can look on maybe TIEGE Connectors or something like that, some type of website that sells knife parts. They might, you can ask questions on, I guess in here and on Instagram and places like that. Somebody might know. If we made it, it has at least 3 different colors. That's funny. I got one right here in 2 colors. But I don't know. They have solid colored knives. But I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying, and that's hilarious. Tactile rock wall. That's USA made. Breeze, do you... Okay. Imagine stretching your junk, not knowing you left the blade up on the ring. Oh, scratching your junk. Imagine scratching your junk, not knowing you left the blade up. It's definitely something you don't want to probably walk around with, just doing things with it. I was saying, I don't know who I was saying it to, but I remember I was talking and, it wouldn't be really something, I mean, if you could probably jab with it and hit with it and it would scratch somebody up, but you wouldn't want to turn around and use it like this, where you grab somebody and just like, you could do that, where you're like this, if it was good quality, because it might just fold on you. But then in the case that you go like this and need to close your hand, you're going to wind up cutting yourself, you know, like just through a struggle. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that. Not saying you can't, but you'd have to be very aware that it's in the palm of your hand. I just picked up the CKF a bit Oblia. I'm actually very excited about it. I haven't seen that one. At least I don't think so. No, what you need to do is you have to get yourself a poison arrow frog. You got to get some poison arrow frogs and massage the backs of them on your blade and do it like true tradition, you know. Hey, we got a donation. Levi. Thank you, man. Thank you for the 10 bones, man. I appreciate it. Hey, bro, I wanted to pay for shipping for the Concept Convict I won on Wednesday live. I emailed you my okay, details. Yeah, no problem. I have not shipped out yet, so no worries. If you emailed it to me, I will get it. We are late on doing stuff. We had a couple things go on. So if you have an Instagram, I'd appreciate it if you could send it to me there too, but I'll find it. I just hope it didn't end up in the junk mail, but I'll double check. Either way, I'll check the junk mail, Levi. There's no worries. I'll get it to you. So don't worry at all, brother. But thank you, man. You didn't have to do that. Like that's on me. I'm supposed to pay for the shipping, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Shipping definitely gets damn expensive. I don't mean the ring knife. Okay. Sorry if I'm I thought that's what we were talking about. Maybe I was off. All right. Knife Sergeant says carrying the M3 Tactical Tech Full Tie CCT, even though it's a trailing point, I still love it. That's kind of like that new trailing point buoy blade. It's the that new Wii knife. That thing's really good. It is really good quality. Nice big knife, nice and slicey. I'm not a trailing point or clip point with a trail on it. I like a straight clip point, but I'm not big on the trailing point clip points, and that's the way that one is. But damn it, it's a good knife. It is. So it's gonna definitely slice really, really good. Prefer a psychedelic toad over the poison frog. Well, you do you, brother. Do you. You could get yourself some cane toads. Mr. Design says, just wanted to pop in and say hi to everyone. Got to promote myself on the way out, guys. If you want the best priced Re-Ed Integral, check out my Kickstarter. 17 days left. Peace out, everyone. So his Kickstarter, 17 days left. Definitely go and support the Kickstarter. Check it out. He does have some amazing knives. And I made the mistake, you guys. This is how good it is. I made a mistake on my video of it. I said it was G10 inlays with a titanium inlay with G10 in the center. It's all titanium. It's just it's milled in a way that it actually feels like G10. The milling on it. If you look at the inlay, so and also it has a ring around it, so it almost looks like it is an inlay inside of an inlay. Like inlay G10 inside of an inlay of titanium, then inside the knife. That's what it looked like to me. So talk about so good that it actually was like titanium. That's amazing. And yes, it is an integral with a full titanium inlays, not G10. So my correction. Oh, Jared, it's a big 4.2-inch Persian blade with tie. Carbon fiber inlays, and zirconite clip and pivot, and a zirconium backspacer. It even has a glow-in-the-dark piece under the pocket clip. It's called the Moon Glow. No shit. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet. Recommendations on an EDC pry bar, like 6 to 8 inches. Vero Engineering was a little pricey. I don't need all the extra tools. Yeah, that's the one I would have mentioned, is that one. So if not that one, check this out. If you go in, you want it on titanium, right? You don't want all the other tools or anything. That's $55. What's your price range? If you look, I'm just gonna put it right in. There are so many, man. There's so many. Here, I'm gonna put this one in the thing. The clip looks cool. I'm not sure your price range. If you give me a price range, I can get you one right now. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna put it in the top of description. So go in the description of the video. If you don't see it, then just back out and come back in. I'm gonna put one in there right now. This one is Olight one. It's a mini pry bar. I didn't even know it was made from Olight. I'm gonna put another one. This one says a Wii knife one. Yeah, this one's made by Wii Knives. But I don't know if you need the nail puller, because that one has a nail puller. Some of them have. There's all different kinds. Like here, let me just show you guys what I'm looking at really quick. Hopefully I can do it. Let me pull this off. So I'll go share. Fuck you. Damn it, guys. Man, stretching is still a bitch. Share screen. Chrome tab. All right, so, okay. I just hurt my foot. All right, so you guys can see all these right now. So these are all titanium. Most of them, not all of them. Oh, I hope I didn't tear my stitches just now. We got this one for 55 bones. This one's like one that you put a lanyard on. Kind of like how this one over here is. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, you guys can see it. So here's one with a flamed ano. It's got a sideways clip on it. And then finger placements. Kind of a wedge-like pry bar. That one's kind of cool. Then here's some real tiny minis. I have this one right here, the Bang titanium one, or one very similar to this. This one's only 18 bucks. It's got a bottle opener, but this one over here for 22 bucks. That one's a little bit more heavy duty. And there's so many. Here's the new little CIVIVI one, the titanium one. That one's pretty cool. I showed that on the channel already. I got one of those. You kind of want them to be sharp. This one's pretty cool. That's exactly what you kind of need for an actual mini pry bar. If not one of these, but for an EDC one, this is the one I linked right here, the Olight mini pry bar. I thought it probably looked about what you wanted, but let me get this out of here. There's a lot of them though, man. All right, you guys, I'm backed up. But there is one in the description right now that I did link. 48. Jared, sorry, Mr. Story, what happened to your foot? I stepped on a knife. All the way through and through. Not through and through. All the way through my foot, as deep as the knife would go. And had to get stitches. I keep buying expensive knives, but don't want to screw them up, so I keep carrying the cheap ones. Don't think like that, man. Don't think like that. You will appreciate and enjoy your knives, especially your expensive ones, if you love on them, man. Carry them, use them, enjoy them. There's almost nothing you're going to do to them that can't be fixed, repaired, or whatever if you like them that much. Now, obviously, if you're talking about a knife that you could just chuck across gravel, I don't know why you do that, but a knife, that you can be stupid with, then yeah, maybe use the cheaper ones. But if it's just for use, you use your good ones, man. I can't tell you, man. I use all my knives. I don't really care. Like, of course, there's some that I maybe keep a little nicer than others just because, maybe I'll sell them in the future or something. But for the most part, man, I use them all. I don't really care. Like this one, I recently sharpened my hinder. You can see that beautiful edge on it. I've already used it too a bunch of times. I showed this, and my light's really getting it. Come on, show that edge. It's very difficult to show an edge on camera. There we go. A little bit of tape on it, but it's stupid sharp. I got a little tiny bit of microchipping up here, but I could probably strop them out. It is very sharp though. Wiggly do. Thank you for the 3 bones. Which high edge retention stainless steel? There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. M390, 20CV, S30V, S45VN, Magnet Cut. There's a ton of them. S110V. There's a ton of them, man. So it just depends on what your preferences and what your uses are, because I'd probably recommend that the easiest and most affordable you're going to find most likely is going to be M390 20CV, because it's on so many things now, and you will get the most edge retention out of that probably for the price. But you just got to be careful because a lot of companies don't run it as good as it could be. So some companies are going to do it better than others. That's all I'm saying. So if you get one and it doesn't give you great edge retention, it's probably just not at an optimal HRC. So LC200N, that's not a high edge retention like this LC200N. That's a high stainless steel. So more of a mid-grade in edge retention. It still has good shit all over this. It's still some rubbing alcohol. It still has good edge retention, like a mid-grade steel. It's going to be similar to like 154 CM. At least that's what I get from it. It's basically like 154 CM, 14C28N edge retention, which I like. And so I'm not saying there's anything bad with that. I'm saying that that's not high edge retention. That's not considered like, a high edge retention steel would be like Maximet, S110V, S90V, stuff like that. But for like stainless, Lmax is another one. That's a high edge retention steel that's stainless. Maximet, but it's not stainless. Maximet is not stainless. But that is a high edge retention steel though. And then there's the CMEs from OCD for EDC. Here's one. You can get the Sheepdog in 10V, but it's not a stainless, but it's like K390. So that's a good edge. This one's got brown micarta. 10V. This is the Blade HQ exclusive. I think it's Blade HQ exclusive, if I'm correct. I'm a Hinder fan, but I'm sorry the XM18 Auto looks like a really bad design. Everyone I've seen sticks extremely bad at the top when you go to close a knife. I never tried it. I like manual knives, to be honest. I'm more of a manual knife guy. Not that I don't like autos. I do. Nothing wrong with autos. I like them, but I prefer manual knives over automatics. They're just, to me, they're more reliable, and I like the control. You know, I love the being able to close it nice and fast without a thought. I don't have to fight a spring. You know, I can open it just as fast as any auto. Like, there's no auto. Well, yeah, there's really no auto that doesn't, you know, I can't deploy just as fast as. So it doesn't really matter to me, the automatic part. Kirk Emerson with the 2 bones. Your one knife choice for the zombie apocalypse. Oh, that's a good question. It'd definitely be a fixed blade, and it'd probably be like I would say my kukri, but I wouldn't do the kukri just because that's a little weighty. Like, not saying I wouldn't want to use the kukri, but I'd probably want to use the kukri for like an hour, and then I'd want to switch to something a little bit more lightweight. I actually have something, but I can't show it to you guys yet. I haven't even seen it yet myself. It's in this box right here. So that might be a good one. But yeah, probably something, you know, nice, good, long, fixed blade, somewhat lightweight, slicey, but tough steel, so that I could chop heads and limbs. But if it's going to be a folder, I mean, I wouldn't want a folder. So, you know, I guess like one of the cold steel knives that are super, I can't take this. But yeah. Jared, there is only one answer to this question. I know, and I'm saying it. I'm saying it. That's why I'm picking probably, like, if you remember when we were looking at the kukris, probably one that was around the same length. Let me just grab it. This Big Daddy right here, but I'd probably go with one that is thinner stock. But yeah, probably something a little bit thinner stock so you can continue swinging it and passing through things. Because yeah, this one's nice and strong, and it's a hollow all through this. If you look, maybe you can see it. Man, the lighting right now. This is all hollow right here. Nice deep hollow. So it does have a lot of weight relieving. But the spine is really thick. The edge is really thick. So this isn't going to just go right through things. So I would want something a little thinner that would just pass through things really good. Something like that. I'll wipe this baby off. And it has basically a convex edge, or a Scandi grind. It doesn't have a secondary edge bevel. So, which that shit cuts really, really good. Kukris are like the do everything knife. You can use it to pry open doors or make traps or build your own shelter for digging ditches and everything else. Yeah, I would say there's different ones though. You know, there's different ones that I think are going to be more versatile. You know, you can get that because you know, there's lighter weight ones that are nice and that are made for like going through things. Especially if it's in a tough steel, that'd be great. So that is the Nightshade Max. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, I'm humoring you for sure, but that's what I'd want though, to be honest. Like, I think most people would. That is the one thing you're not. I mean, not saying you wouldn't want other things too, but it doesn't run out of ammunition. You have a ton of leverage. You can swing it. It's going to be one of the best choppers. Yeah. Logical has the tissues and lotion out. You guys remember what was that show where it was the zombie apocalypse and you had that girl with the sword? I can't remember the name of it. That like I don't doubt that his sword wouldn't do really good, like what she was carrying. But I imagine that to be like that wouldn't be, in my opinion, probably the most versatile thing because it's not a chopping thing. Granted, it's good at slicing, but you're wanting to. And I know their skin is supposed to be soft, but I would think that sword would break eventually. You know, I would think that the sword would break eventually. It's like a stick tang. You would want something, and which this is too, to be fair, but I would think you'd want something a little bit more robust, a little bit broader, so that you could use it for. Because think about it, you're not chopping trees with one of those swords with a katana. You're just not, and you want something that can be very versatile like that, like you said, chopping and making traps and things like that. The sword is only going to be good for one thing, but maybe it has that lightweightness that you could really swing. I don't know. I've never been in a zombie apocalypse with a sword or a katana. Your Spyderco ceramic stones, what grit are those approximately? Gary, thank you for the 5 bones. So they are fine, like they're very fine grit. So the medium is like, I don't know, 1200, and then the ultra fine is like 2000, 2500. Or fine is like 2000, and then the ultra fine is like 2500, 3000, something like that, right around there. Maybe give or take, maybe a little bit higher. Once you get over 3000, it's all polish, and with that doesn't give you like a crazy scratch pattern. Being a ceramic, it's a little different, but it is very fine. But I would never recommend using it unless, if you like, even the medium, you could maybe get away with coming off of 1000 grit and then to that for a polish, or sorry, to use. Even though it's a medium, it's a Spyderco medium. It's not like a medium grit stone. So like a medium grit stone would be like 5 to 600 grit, right? Everything over that would be starting to be considered fine. So, a fine diamond stone, or a medium diamond stone is going to be a much more aggressive than a medium Spyderco ceramic. So I wouldn't use the medium unless if I was to probably 800 grit and above. Probably 800 grit, then use the medium, and then you can use the fine or ultra fine. Look at the Blackheart knives, G10 and G12. I never heard G12. Sick as hell. They got other big choppers. So yeah, there's a lot of them out there, man. A lot of great choppers, fixed blades, machetes. Picked up a TS Prof Blitz 360. Already have 4-inch Venise stones. Any other recommendations? Get 6-inch. If you're going to get the TS Prof, you want 6-inch stones. The 4-inch stones won't. They'll work. You can use them, but you're going to get a lot better edges, or a lot faster edges, because you have more stone to use. You can do bigger blades. Get 6-inch Venise stones for the TS Prof. The 4 inches for KME or the Work Sharp. Venise are hard to find, so you can get Atoma diamond plates. Those were great Gritomatic stones. They have the Gritomatic diamond plates, and then go on Gritomatic site. They have the 6-inch stones, and if they're out, there's other resin bonded diamond stones on there. So go to Gritomatic site and look at what they have. That's 6-inch. They have other resin bonded diamond stones, and they have other diamond plates. Now you can just get, if you go to, in my link right now, go into the description, you can actually go to my Amazon link. You'll see it. You'll say Amazon. Click that and then type in Atoma 1x6 diamond plates, and they'll pop up. They'll have the 1x6 diamond stones for Atomas. You can get 140, 400, 600, 1200. Those are good diamond plates. Knife Sergeant's a freehand elitist now. He must be signed up to the Bang Gang squad. Graduated from the pull through. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. He's the pull through beast. I forgot what he likes. Look at it. He's getting excited now. I pulled out a pull through. He's getting excited. Settle him down. Settle him down. What are your options on the Seal FX Tonto? I don't understand. What are your opinions, man? I can't read for shit. I need glasses, guys. I'm sorry. What are your opinions on the Seal FX Tonto? I don't know what that one is. Let me look at it really quick. I'm guessing it's the SOG. I'm just gonna go Seal FX. Okay, I'm looking at it. Yeah, the SOG one. So it's a beast. This is the fixed blade. They do have the folder seal. This one's a fixed blade, I'm guessing. Yeah. I mean, I've never tried it. It looks like a beast. Let me share it so other people can see it. So we're not the only one. I'm not the only one looking at it. So here it is. $274 USA made. It is a time. Let's see if we have other pictures. It looks pretty cool. I would prefer a drop point, to be honest, or something alike. They have a lot of damn jimping on it. 9.2 inches. Blade thickness is 190 thousandths. Damn. It is thick. Handle material, 30% GRN, so it's not even G10. The HRC 58 to 60. What steel are they using? S35 VN. Okay. Tough steel. I would say, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I prefer the clip point or the drop point, like on the regular seal. Oh no, they do have a clip point version. Okay, they have a half serrated. I wouldn't want the serrated version. I'd like the clip point version probably a little bit better. Or a drop point version if they have one. So, Damn Designs has a nice new fixed blade. Do they? I haven't seen that one. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, I found it. Oh, where's the fixed blade? I just thought I clicked on it. Okay, hang on. Hang on. This is it, ain't it? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so here, let me pull it up. So here is the fixed blade, 4.7 inches, all black. 14C. Nice. Let's check out the sheath. Kydex sheath. Looks like a drop point blade. Nice choil and plunge grind. Let's take a little look at that. Yeah, nice plunge grind. Nice choil. Very cool. They have a Tonto version as well. $90. 90 bones. They look very comfortable. I'll give it that. It looks super comfortable in the hand. What the hell is it? Yep. Nice Looks like a nice ramp with jimping. Very cool. 98 bones sounds like a little pricey for a fixed blade in 14C that's not USA made, because you can get a US, I mean, it's not in 14C, but you can get some of the rat knives USA made, baby. So what does Tupperware and a walrus have in common? They both like a tight seal. Oh, fuck. That's hilarious. What's up, Luke? Luke's late. Late as usual. That's smart, Breeze. That's smart. DM Breeze, he saves the links before he deletes them. I like using my links because I got the affiliate ones, but if I can't get an affiliate one, I won't post it. It's just my style. Nah, I need to hear more about Kyle Stool. What the fuck? Deep belly on that fixed blade. Glad you're showing more of them. Hey, Levi, with another 5 bones. Do you possibly know what size detent ball Hinder XM18s use? Kind of want to switch to a ceramic ball. Well, mine's... Oh, maybe mine is steel. I thought it was ceramic. Maybe it is steel. The other day, I maybe didn't have the best lighting. So, I do not know what size it is. But if you maybe go on Hinder's website, maybe they say what size it is. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think who would know. Maybe Knife Modders might know. But I'm not positive. You might be able to go on to, I don't know if they have a contact me on Tie Connectors, but if you go on Tie Connectors website, which has knife parts, you might be able to contact them and ask them if they know, and they'll tell you which size to get from their site. So that's what I would personally do. As if Rick would ever do anything new. Oh man. I guess it's true that they do have steel bearings, so why would they have ceramic? I think I can't remember if I switched mine on this one yet. I got Gillian's in some of my other ones. I'm not sure if I replaced these ones yet or not, but it's so good already. It doesn't really need ceramics, so this one's already so good. But I like putting Gillian bearings in them. It does help, with a little bit more stability in the pivot, because it's not a fragile cage. The cage is solid instead of it being an open cage, if that makes sense to you guys. D-Metal, take it easy, man. Thank you for joining us. Look at Nick Shabazz. I'm sure he has a video on the detent ball. Maybe. I don't know, because that's a different beast. Like the detent ball, the measurement of it is what he's asking, which those are details usually most videos will not have. Unless if they've switched it. How do I get a knife? I'm 10 years old. You ask your parents. Talk to your daddy. Or your grandfather. So I was wrong in the video about this. My Amazon video. This is D2 steel, but it's actually a pretty good buy. It's $50. Oh, whoa. Real carbon fiber. Good flipping action. Good reverse flicking action. It does have a reversible wire clip. Good reverse flicking action. Great ergos. It is compact and small, but you could still get 4 fingers. You're angled a little bit this way, so you can get full 4-finger grip. Nice drop point blade, beautiful swedge. The geometry is not bad. Good access to the lock bar. This is not a bad knife. Real carbon fiber. Like I said in my video, the edges are a little rough, but you could easily soften, not rough to texture, rough look. They didn't finish them like with a really soft belt, but you could easily do that yourself. If you just get some, some high grit sandpaper, you could just soften it up around the edges if you take it apart. But awesome little knife. It is on bearings. Good, great size stop pin. Good build. They didn't do a bad job on this. I'm not sure who the OEM is, but they do. It does come in a non-blackout version as well. I'm getting a Buck 110 Auto Elite next. Damn it, I gotta have it. So I made some recent purchases of some Buck knives. So we got that coming. We got some Buck knives coming. So stay tuned for that video. Maurice is a British. He's British. He's a Briton. He's a Brit. This is the new Cozy by KIZER. So mine has one little issue. Ooh, man, this thing is stupid smooth. Watch how smooth this thing is. Just watch. I'm just going to move my thumb. The thing is drop shut. Like straight guillotine action. It's crazy how drop shutty it is. And I can... Ooh, no, I can't. I reverse flicked it yesterday. Anyways. The problem I'm having is I have a tiny bit of detent lash. It's not much. So it doesn't bother me too bad because it's very, very little and the action is still really good. I did not even notice it until I looked for it. So it's not like I found it because it was driving me nuts. I found it because I was checking to see if it had detent lash, and it's very, very little. Like you can almost probably can't even see it, but I don't think it's going to be typical or common or anything like that. Every once in a while, you'll get a knife with a little detent lash, but it's a pretty fairly affordable knife. Good ergos, deep carry clip, flat screws, great access to the lock bar, great flipping action, stupid smooth. Love the blade shape. The blade shape is a great blade shape for EDC. The jimping goes all the way up the spine. Lots of jimping. Even when you choke up, you still have enough jimping. That's a solid knife. Can I get a puff so I can get a flip? Take a puff and take a flip. I pulled out the... Ooh, man, this thing still has a great edge on it. Holy cow. The Wii Subjugator. That thing still has a badass edge on it. Look at this edge. See if we can get it to come up. Woo! It's not going to come up. Anyways, this is a good one, but these aren't cheap. Not as fall shutty or drop shutty as the Beacon, but super solid. Great knife, great blade shape for EDC, but yeah, 20 CV, full titanium frame lock. I think around $250. Internal stop pins. This is a good one. I really like that one. Just a super solid knife. Alpha says, to the 10-year-old kid asking how to get a knife, ask your parents first off, and maybe start off handling a knife that isn't super sharp so you can get a handle on how to use a knife safely. Absolutely. I think it's a troll. I get a lot of, but maybe it's not. That's why I just say ask your parents. But it's probably not a 10-year-old. But you never know, I guess. You don't never know. Luke Cole with the 5 bones. I have that Tucson in titanium and S90V. Do you want to trade for the one you have with Colwood scales? No, I cannot trade that. That was a gift. That was a gift. and you're talking about the Tucson TS162, I can't trade it. I would buy it from you, but I can't trade it. That was a gift. But I know those are tough to find right now. You can get the budget ones though, and you can talk to Hawaii Knife and Gear. I'm sure he would. He might have something he can make for you. He might even have extras already pre-made. If you talk to him, talk to Hawaii Knife and Gear. He might have some already pre-made. I appreciate the 5 bones. It is a badass knife, and he does incredible work. So he's only like, obviously, like with anything you do over a long period of time, which he's been working with that koa wood for a good time now. And he's perfected his skill, perfected his finishing work. He's perfected even like the way he does his, like if you wanted it shiny and, you know, like coated, and he's perfected all of that. He's doing really good with that stuff. How is Kara doing? She's doing all right. She's doing good. We're gonna watch a movie after this. I'm not gonna stay late tonight. I don't even have no story time tonight. I'm gonna take off here in a few minutes because we're gonna spend some time together, watch a movie. We were talking about. Let me just grab it. We were talking about this one. The Tucson TS162. Look at the koa. Oh, come on. Depending on the angle you're looking at it, depends on how the wood looks to you. It has like a tiger look, or like a tiger striped look when you get it at an angle. This is such a comfortable knife. Great knife here. Tucson does an amazing job with the 162, especially the frame lock one in S90V, which I do want. Like I said, I would buy it from you. What gravity knives do you own that are so cool? So, I am probably going to buy the new one that just dropped, or that's going to drop in a couple days. I need to see what day that drops on Knife Center, or no, was it no Smoky Mountain Knives? Sorry, Smoky Mountain Knives has 4 exclusives coming. I'm gonna get one of those, and that's the EXO. I do have a Warlock. That video is going to be coming soon. But yeah, the Warlock, that's a USA made one. I was supposed to have 2 of them. I need to check my order because I think I might have gotten ripped off by one of the sites, or it got lost in the mail or something. I need to check on it, but I do have another one though. But yeah, the EXO, that's probably the best one. The Warlock is really good too. It's not as easy to manipulate, but once you get it down, it's very easy to manipulate. Very, very easy. You have to understand how to use it. Like a lot of things. That looks so good. I don't even think I would like the wood feel, but I'd buy it just for the looks. It does look good, doesn't it? Like I said, Hawaii Knife and Gear, man. He does different stuff in wood. This exact wood, the koa wood, man, beautiful stuff. It plays with the light. That's what I love about it. It's just such beautiful stuff. The texture is really good, and there's different finishes, obviously. And also another thing that you know, like if you ever looked at the side of what kind of bamboo. If you ever looked at the side of bamboo, it has a different kind of grain structure than wood. It has like spotty grain structure. This has a grain structure like which I don't think you can stand out. It has like almost like voids in it that you would see on carbon fiber, but this isn't carbon fiber. So you have that, all these little dots on it that look really cool and does add to the texture. It's like just like in the grain of the wood. Later. You taking off? Take it easy, Maurice. And take care of Larry. Take care of Larry. Koa wood is gorgeous. Got some art pieces when I was in Kona. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's cool that he's taking advantage of his ability to get that stuff and make stuff with it. You know, I think his abilities to make scales is endless, considering all the knives there is that have simple scales. So, what's up, fam? What's up, Bear? Brandon says, did you know Spyderco has a PM2 and crewwear non-sprint run? Just pick one up. Yes. I've linked it in many videos. Damn good knife. That's one of my favorite PM2s. I got a different one in crewwear, and then I have, because it's in my Carta. The crewwear one you can just get right now. Like, I can link it right now, actually. It's in Brown micarta. Do you think palisongs and automatics being illegal in some places have a dumb law? Absolutely. I think that's like one of the dumbest law. And I know people don't understand a lot of times when I say the Hollywood did that. It is. It's Hollywood and media that did that. It's based off of fear. That's it. There's no logical reason or statistic that results in that we have that says that we need to ban them, or not ban them, because they're not banned. You can own them. You just can't carry them in some places. Some places you can, some places you can't. Some countries you just can't have them or carry them anywhere. But I think it is from fear. It's just, movies put them in the hands of bad people doing bad things, gangs and things like that. And they made it seem like gangs everywhere were carrying them, or bad people do assassins and things like that, which is furthest from the truth, right? Statistically speaking, you're more likely, if anything happens, to it be a kitchen knife. So it just doesn't make sense. And the speed thing, the concealability, none of that makes sense. I can conceal a folder just as easily as I can conceal any of those things. In fact, it's going to be more difficult for me to use one of those things in a bad way than it is for me to use just a regular knife, a regular folding knife that locks. So it logically doesn't make sense if you know anything about knives. But they don't base it off of logic. They base it off of fear. It looks scary. It sounds scary. So, hey, Boo, what's up, brother? 5 bones. Hashtag action for you. How's it going? What's up, man? How are you doing? Oh, man, I don't know if you seen my message, but I asked you about that new Axis lock KIZER that's coming. The thing looks badass. I definitely want to get one of those. I think this is the first time KIZER's using that style of lock. So, yeah, and I love the blade shape on that one. That's one of my favorite blade shapes. This is the KIZER original. They are back available again. If you check some of my links in my recent videos, I put it in the description. I put the gunmetal one. DLT has crewwear with purple G10. I didn't see that one, but I'd rather have the brown micarta. And it's not too bad. The price is good. It's like $170 or something like that, maybe $180 for the brown micarta one. If you just go into my links right now, go to the Amazon affiliate, you'll see it. You don't have to scroll down far. Go to the Amazon affiliate and then just put in Spyderco PM2 crewwear. It'll pop right up. I took the blade from my Crew Carta PM2 and put it on my Tie Frag PM2. So nice. Jared has seen it. Hell yeah. That is the beauty of the PM2s. There's so many options. I mean, there's so many companies that do scales. You can get hardware, different clips. You can just make it your own. That's why I recommend them so much, is because of the make it your own ability. Now, if you're on a tight budget, they do like I was showing in that video the other day, the The Honey Badger knives, they have G10 scales. Now, I know the G10 scales are not going to be back in stock until the middle of next month, but they'll be back in stock in the middle of next month. If you already have Honey Badgers, you're going to be able to get G10 scales, 8 different colors. But they have any blade shape you want, any size. They have small, medium, and large. And then they have, like, I don't know, 8 different blade shapes. So that's another one you can kind of make it your own. You can't get titanium scales that I know of, but you can definitely get any size, blade shape, and G10 now. What kind of knife killed the NASCAR guy today? I have no idea what that you're talking about. A knife killed a NASCAR guy? I didn't know about it. Psychedelic little devils running around pretending to be bears. What the hell are we talking about? All right, so we're going to do really quick on the Knife Whisperer is a thief. Do not do business with him. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. Is that what he said? I only believe half of what I see from a Neve and none of what I hear. Oh, Brace. Wreck are lucky they decided not to hire that little creep with their girlfriend. Changed my mind. Wreck? I don't know what that is. You guys are losing me. First axis crossbar lock. Yes. The yeah, I definitely got to get one of those. And like I said, I love the blade shape on it. What are the pros and cons of a serrated edge? I'm looking to get a shaman, but only the serrated edges are available. Okay, so the pros and cons. Pro, it cuts rope the best. It does cut really good when you're talking about certain abrasive materials that require sawing-like motions. But so does a sharp edge. So in my opinion, the cons outweigh the pros. The cons, sharpening it's ridiculous. Yes, you can go on the other side of the blade and you can sharpen the same serrations that you have. If you keep up with it, you can continue keeping them sharp for a good amount of time. Once those serrations are damaged to the point to where you can't go on the opposite side and remove steel, you have to get new serrations put on. Yes, you could always send it back to the factory and they can, if they do have lifetime sharpening, you could possibly do that. I don't know if Spyderco has lifetime sharpening, but personally, I would stay away from the serrated and I would get just a regular edge. The serrations are not as easy to maintain. They're not as easy to sharpen. They do take a long time to sharpen. Yes, you can sharpen them. There's lots of ways to sharpen them, and you can maintain them and keep up with it. The problem is long term, right? If you maintain them really good weekly, then you can keep them sharp for a good long time. But the second it winds up going so dull, you have to replace the serrations. It's not like you can just tune them up or maintain them. You have to do a full new sharpening of the same serrations, and it can be a bitch. So I would just say, a plain edge, you can strop, you can resharpen, you can put it on fixed angled systems, you can freehand. You have so many more abilities to keep it sharp, and it works just as good. It cuts even better on most things. There's only a couple things serrations cut better than a regular edge, and it's not that the regular edge doesn't cut it just fine already. One morning I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got into my pajamas, I'll never know. Time flies like an arrow, where fruit flies like banana. Looking forward to Spyderco eventually releasing their Wharncliffe Low Native and the compression lock military too. Yeah, I seen that. Serrated, sharpen them by placing them firmly on the bottom of a trash can. Oh, see, I do agree, though. If you're going to get serrations, get all serrations. Don't get the half and half. Get a full serrated knife if you're going to get it. But maintain them. Maintain them so you can keep it going as long as possible. And then when it does come time to sharpen it, send it to a professional. You know what they say. If you can't dodge it, ram it. Random Dodge fanboy. I like Dodges. I like Fords. I like Chevys. I like them all. I think if I was going to have a preference, like my favorite. I like Dodges a lot. Don't get me wrong. I do like Dodges a lot, but it'd probably be Chevy. I do also like some, which is Dodge, but I like some of the things Jeep does. But anyways, that is Dodge. All right, so let's go into scent of the day, and then we're gonna get out of here. And we'll talk a little bit more knives, and then we'll get out of here. So today's scent of the day, I actually accidentally got this one. I was supposed to get this other one, but it's actually really good. I'm happy I got it. And I did link it at the top of the description. This one is the Ysl Le Parfum. You have to remember, you have to make sure you get the right ones with these. Their names are very similar. This one's the Le Parfum. You can't go wrong with the link in the description. It is a little bit expensive. YSL is an expensive cologne, but it's because it's a premium cologne. I think the one in the description is like $70-something. This one does have a really good smell. My other YSL that I first started recommending, which I also really, really like, it's sweet. This one's not sweet. This one it's aromatic, fresh, spicy, fresh, warm, spicy, herbal, amber, woody, lavender, and citrus. I don't really get too much of the lavender, but I do get a little bit of the spice. It's a subtle spiciness. Definitely a fresh smell, for sure. It's definitely a smell you can wear just about anywhere. You do get the citrus, the herbal. It's really, really good. It's definitely a very versatile scent. Super versatile. Very good, though. YSL does make some of the best fragrances. They really do. Between this one and the first one I started recommending you guys, the big difference is the sweetness. The other one has a real sweet smell to it. This one's more has a little bit more spice to it. Not a lot though, but really, really good. I definitely recommend it. It's super clean. Definitely something you could just wear just anywhere. You know, there's really no like special place or special time for this one. This one's very versatile, just a good smell. It is a little bit more of an expensive smell, not like meaning like, you know, you have to be driving a Ferrari to wear it, but you can tell it's a premium smell. It's not like a cheap smell. You can tell the oils in it are good quality. The sprayer works really good. Definitely one I recommend for sure. I'm not going to say it's the best, like compared to some of the other ones I've shown, but I think the difference between like some of the best ones, I think like because some people just love, everybody loves, and then some people don't, you know, and it's like you got a good chance of people liking it and don't liking it. Then you have some where everybody's going to like, then you have some that, you know, like I said, like it's going to be just versatile. Most people are going to like it. It's going to be good in most places. That's kind of like this. It's going to be good most places you go. Most people are not going to hate it. And it smells good. I should start a perfume channel. Well, I'm doing a video. So that's why I started doing this scent of the day for the lives, because I'm going through a bunch of them. Then I'm going to pick out the best ones, and I'm going to make one video. If the video does really good, I might make another one in the future. I'm not going to continue to, I don't know. We'll see. I might make one once every couple months or something maybe, but I'm definitely going to do one. I want to do one. I think it's good for the EDC community to smell good and be healthy. And, you know, these things, you can get them in little EDC spray bottles. So everybody, I think every man should have an EDC fragrance. If you're not carrying around a fragrance and trying to smell good, then you're the stinky fucker. That's all I got to say. So you definitely want to smell good. I don't know any guy that wants to smell bad, you know, so why wouldn't you? You know, you like being prepared, right? You like being prepared. You like carrying a knife so that you can be prepared to cut anything and, you know, be ready in any situation. You probably carry a first aid kit just in case if you run across any wounds or if you get wounded yourself. A lot of you probably carry firearms for that case, you know, for that scenario. A lot of you guys are probably prepared with, you know, a lot of other things. Why wouldn't you want to be prepared to smell good? And you never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to need to impress, if not just being, smelling good around people, you'd rather smell good than bad, right? How do you know Kirk? What? How do you know Kirk? What did Kirk say? You guys are smart asses in here, so. Fragrance isn't what my ex-girlfriend called man juice. Hey, man, I wasn't going that far, but I'll take your word for it. How much did you donate? Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. All right. Donate, I didn't. That's a choice. A TQ. What's a TQ? A TQ. Never leave home without it. A tourniquet? I don't know. Never leave home without it, which is always. I'm not sure what that is. What's a TQ? Jared, when you hit 200K, you should buy me a Tesla. I got to get myself a Tesla first. But yeah, we'll be hitting 200K here in about 4 weeks. That's what my statistics. It could go down. So within 6 weeks is the max, I think, as of right this moment. I can only play off of the last month. So if the next month goes like the last month, it'll be within 4 to 6 weeks. So, hey, fingers crossed, man. I'll be passing Everyday Minimalist. He hit 200K. Wonder what he's at. Let me look really quick. Everyday Minimalist. You son of a bitch. He's my next threat. We took out Nick Shabazz. Now we got to go to Everyday Minimalist. Not saying he's a threat, but let's check on him just so we can. No. He's at. Oh shit! He's at 300K already. What are we talking about? He just hit 200K. I thought. Okay, he's murdering me. What? How did he get to 300K? Good for him, man. That's awesome. Man, congratulations, Dan. 300K. I know. I see the reason why I said that I don't really look at him as competition, and I'm saying this in a humble way. Like, I'm not meaning this in a mean way. He does shorts. That's his thing, is the shorts. And I like his channel. I like the dude. He's a great dude. But his content is mostly shorts. That's where he gets a lot of his subscribers. I get a lot of subscribers from shorts too, so I'm not talking shit on it. Fuck, But I get most of mine from full-length videos, which is different than doing the shorts. The shorts are, it's different. It's just different. I think you should use them in a different way as well. And anybody who has a channel, if you want to talk about that, you can contact me. But you use them in a different way, because it's not let's put it this way, like you can't use it in a monetary way. You got to use it in a different way, because you don't make money off of shorts. You can get subscribers, but if they are not watching your full-length videos, you're not getting anything from it. But there is ways to use it. You have no competition. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. When I say competition, I'm just joking. I like to keep I like to keep a competitive mindset, just, in a joking way. It keeps me, just driven. It's not serious. It's just for fun. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, and the same thing with me. You could say the same thing about me. I got 180,000 subs, and there's 146 badasses in here, right? It could reflect a lot better if I had like 1,500 people in here, but I don't. But I honestly, I don't. I could do that. I don't push for that. And a lot of times, like I've only recently started putting a description in, and I didn't even do it on this video because I was so late. So it's my fault. So I lean these more towards the people that are closer to the community and want to support, and it keeps it a little bit more humble and down to earth. I could try to stretch it towards a bigger audience, but I just haven't. I haven't at all. It's kind of something more for me, if that makes sense. I enjoy it though. Would be so hard to keep up with the chat if there was 1,500 people. Yeah, absolutely. It'd be super hard, but I could spread out to a bigger audience. I know how to, I just haven't. I could absolutely do it. I personally don't. I enjoy talking close with people and doing things a little bit more like this. I have the top. Normally I do topics. I have topics for each live, and then I hit each topic. Sometimes we just wing it like tonight, but it does make it a little bit more personal. It gives me an opportunity to actually talk to people and have a conversation with them and help them find something or help them figure something out or learn something or whatever, or just shoot the shit. If I had 1,500 people in here, I would not be able to do it like this. At least it'd be a lot more difficult. We would have to run it like a show. I would have to have something, like I said, the topics, and stick to the topics at hand, because the chat would just be like I'd have to just bring people on. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation with almost nobody. I would only be able to talk to the people that donated, to be honest. Speaking of donation, Antimatter with the 10 bones, man. Thank you. Hey, Jared, I want to sharpen my Chavez 229 Tonto on a TS Prof Cadet Pro. I need best approach. Do I completely sharpen first edge completely on both sides, then do the second edge completely? So no, don't do that. Because what'll happen is it's a dual grind. So if you do it like that, okay, this is a dual grind. So what'll happen is you'll move your edge bevel. This part will move up this way. So you need to do this side. So like this edge, flip it over, do this edge, then do this edge, then flip it over and do this edge, and do it like that, because that way you're removing steel around the same time. Okay. That way you can keep your secondary tip, or even if you don't have a secondary tip and it's just belly, you can keep it still in the right area. Right. So you want your secondary tip to land around the same area that it started with, right? The reason why on this particular knife, not the one you're doing, but this particular one, the reason why this is nice and acute is because of where it lands. It lands in a nice thin portion. So when I sharpen this area, I don't want it to move back this way. And then I don't want to sharpen this side and make it move up this way. I want to keep it right around in that same area. So you want to keep a nice balance of which edge you sharpen. You don't want to sharpen one edge too much. And what'll happen is if you finish one and then work completely on the other one, it might not line up good. So just do it in a rotation. Work the one side, flip it over, work this side, then go to this side, flip it over, then do that side, and repeat. That's the way to do it. The best way to do it. That way, if you notice because you'll see it move a little bit, which is fine. It'll come back when you get to the other side. But if you notice that I worked way too long on this side, not enough time on this side, now you can correct it. Now you can say, okay, I need to go back to the other area and work on that area a little bit. You'll notice it. Great question, by the way. Hey, Jared, thanks again for the SRM video. It was a big help. You are awesome. Awesome, man. I was surprised that OCD for EDC had that knife too. Which hopefully we're going to get more of those on the channel soon. You must have stupid amounts of knives on your desk. I probably have right now about 20 around me. Within reach? You don't even want to know how many. What's your take on the UKS knife rules? If you carry any blade in public, you can face 5 years in jail. I wouldn't go there. That's ridiculous. Yeah, the UK is crazy. Talk about having complete control over their population, but it's not America, man. We're very blessed. We are it's not even that we're blessed. I mean, we have rights. Thank God. So, we're the ones that run the country, and they, the government works for us. It's different than theirs. They are the ones working for their government. So it's just different, so I wouldn't want to be there, to be honest. And the people don't get the decision, they're born there. So, it is what it is, you got to feel bad to some extent. I don't want to say too much of this online because, I'm still under the threat of YouTube, but, I think people are more and more people and places are starting to wake up and realize that people have the power. Once they acknowledge that, it's, I don't know. Just busting your balls, Shane. Does the James brand suck? No, the James brand doesn't suck. Some might, but they're just overpriced. That's it. It's not that they suck. It's that you can get the same quality for a lot less money. So, it's like a lot of things, some things are just overpriced or they have a tax on them, because of who they are, and they overprice their stuff. Kind of like that Integral they did. That was like $650. It's a $400 knife. Do you have any butterfly knives? Yes, I do. I got a couple. They're put up right now, but yeah, I do have a couple. What is your favorite knife, if I may ask? I don't have a favorite knife. I have like a top 10, a top 20. Asking a favorite knife is like kind of like asking your favorite child, right? You might have it, but you're not going to say it in front of them, and risk of hurting their feelings. I have like I guess a top 10s, things like that. I will say like one of my favorite knives that are sitting around me right now. I really like my Hinder XM18 3.5 inch specifically with the sheep's foot blade. That is the skinny. So I have the regular one with the drop point. I like this one a lot more. This one's the skinny. It's thinner. To me, it's more comfortable. It's easier to carry. The geometry is better. It has the tri-way pivot. So I really like the 3-inch too, the 3-inch non-flipper. Well, I like the non-flipper period, but this is one of my, this would definitely be a contender on that list. He's got a lot of top videos. Go check them out. Yeah, but the problem is yes, I do have a lot of top videos, but they're not tops technically. So I put them in a list of tops, but they're greats. You guys got to understand my lingo. When I say great, I don't mean favorite. I do not have any videos of my favorites except for like top budget knives of the year, right? And those videos, yes, but they're usually like 25 knives, if you notice, and then sometimes I'll do like the top 5 at the end or something like that. All these things are always subject to change. So if you watch the video and it was done a year ago, I definitely have a different opinion on the favorite, right? But those videos still stand on being the best budget knives you could buy. So best budget knives are really good. I do usually have like a good list of those. Now my favorite of all time videos, I don't have one of those. I do not have a favorite of all time. The reason why is because it's just too fucking difficult. It's too difficult for me to pick my top 5 or top 3 or top 1. So I can put together like a list of 10 knives that are not in any order. Like these 10 knives would be in like my favorites list. I can do that. And soon I have promised it that eventually I will do a top 10. I think I will do my top 10 knives. These are my top favorite knives that I have or that I own in my collection. Eventually I will do that. It's going to be damn hard, but I'm going to figure it out. You have your entire knife collection video And the last couple in your case are your favorites. Likes the customs carry. Yeah, but I never finished my knife collection video. I never finished it. I got caught up with too many things, and we still plan on doing that. Our knife collections exceeded the amount of knives we should technically have. I like having a huge collection. I do like it, but it's gotten overboard. It's gotten overboard. So I definitely need to. I mean, damn it, I'm stepping on knives, guys. No, that was a freak occurrence, but no, I do need to downsize. So I do have a couple knife sales coming up soon. I do have a knife sale coming up very soon. That's not my knives. Eventually I'm going to do my own, but it's not going to be for probably a couple weeks. I'm dealing with some stuff right now. So we'll see how that goes when it comes along. Kirk with the 2 bones. What brand do you consider the most overpriced? James brand. That's the most overpriced one. James brand. Yep. Next to that, it's tough. It's tough. Gerber. At least what Gerber was doing, you know. Like I told you guys, I did buy another Gerber. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I'm gonna give him a chance again. So we'll see how it goes. Medfords are overpriced. I wouldn't. That's arguable. That's arguable. Some people would agree with that. I disagree with that to an extent. And the reason why is because it's different. You can't put the same standards on him as the standards on other companies. He's doing things differently. But you know, you could argue that. Transparent Knives. What's up, bud? I'm a tier list video addict. You should do a tier list video for iconic knives, the 940s, PM2s, 0562s, etc. of the past and present. So I do have a video planned, and I actually am trying to reach out to the community. I have one box here right now, but I want to put together the best of all time. So meaning the best knives of all time, specifically USA made. So USA made best of all times. Now I'm going to do another one of those videos that's just everything, you know, not specifically USA made, but just knives. So I do have that video coming at some point. I do need to get a lot more knives. I need to reach out to friends and get some of their bangers, but those are bangers. Those aren't necessarily like best EDC knives. That's the best knives of all time, like the heavy hitters, I guess. But I do like putting together my favorite videos are, yes. And I think that people need to understand that those videos, people get sick of seeing certain knives. Like say, if you say the best EDC knives, right? And you're going to see on most people's list a Para 3, a PM2, you know, you're going to see these specific knives that is on everybody's list. And the reason why is because they are that good. They are an EDC knife that, you know, it hits a lot of categories, right? Heat treat, fit and finish, action, you know, just they hit so many, like kind of like the, you know, the Sabenzas. I mean, there's a reason why they've been in a lot of people's top lists for so long. You know, it's not that they're the most fidgety or anything like that, but a lot of people like the control over a knife, and these are very good EDC knives, you know. Same thing with like the hinders, right? You know, and I know what your issue is right now. You know, obviously we've talked a lot about it. And obviously, you know, I support you on that. And we were talking about it earlier about the companies punching down and stuff. Hey, Stats23's in here. Shout out to Stats23. Definitely go and follow his channel. He likes to come in late. Just joking. What's the most expensive Chinese knife? The most expensive? Probably Custom Knife Factories. Well, that's supposed to be Russian, but so I'm not going to say that that's Chinese. But anyways, probably Riet's. But they're expensive for a reason, you know, like hence the build quality and everything they do. So Riet does an amazing job. Can't argue it. They make some of the best knives on the planet. So they're expensive, but well-deserved expensive. You know, like if you're paying $400 for a knife that if it was done in the US would be $1,000. Held a couple Medfords today and just didn't have good action and had some lock stick. Yes, I understand that could break in, but for that price, I just wouldn't get one. Yeah, I mean, it depends. There's so many different ones. Like me personally, I prefer the ones on bearings. Okay, so they do have a few knives on bearings. Those are great action. Mine are all drop shutty. They're all super smooth and they come out of the box like that. So what you're talking about are the beast knives, the knives that are made to be a lifetime knife. That knife's not supposed to be smooth off the bat. That knife is supposed to get smoother the longer you have it. It's a knife over a year of having it. It just gets smoother and smoother and smoother. In 10 years, it's going to still be, a tank. It's still going to be now, like I always say, I don't think that that's a great EDC knife. No, I don't. It's not going to be your everyday carry. It could be, depending on you, but it's a beast of a knife. It's something to be excited about. It's obnoxious. It's crazy. Hard use and heavy duty. Now they do have more EDCable knives that are similar to that, like that are still tank-like, but it fits a box. Now their fit and finish is super tight. Their tolerances are super tight. There's, especially today, like I'm not talking about Medfords from 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever, but the longer they make knives, the better they do get. I can't speak to the ones that you were checking out. Most Medfords I've tried older ones that had lock stick. I've tried newer ones that didn't. But yeah, some wind up getting it. It is what it is. That's easily worked out. Usually it's because there's oil on the lock face, but not always. But I've held, like right now, I could go grab a Medford right now that is so smooth. It's smoother than most knives on bearings, and it's one of the beast knives. So it just depends. But yeah, they're not for everybody for sure. Hey, Transparent Knives with the 2 bones. Your moderator finagled me into earning my bell. Oh, man. Shout out to Brian. Definitely, you guys go and follow him on Instagram. I'm sure you guys already know. I'm sure this goes without saying, but he is the one that does the reblades. He does reblades, regrinds. He's basically a custom knife maker. He's the one that made my custom, custom now, Demco 80 20.5. He does amazing work. He holds himself to the highest of standards, and what he's doing is incredible in this community. Go give him a follow, keep up with what he's doing, because hey, can you guys get this guy out of here? So shout out to Brian from Transparent Knives. And thank you for the donation, man. I meant everything I said. It's not just because of the donation. Shane's girlfriend's in here. We need to get her out of here. There's no expensive Chinese knives, just ones they hyped you into paying up for. I want a good time. Pick me over here. Is that correct? Bro, whoever bots accounts should go to hello. Right. I'd like a good time. I'd like to find love, Shane says. Oh, your girlfriends are here. Click on it. See where it takes you. Totally on your side on that, by the way. Transparent knives. Yeah, I think most people are. I mean, I think it's difficult to be in this knife community and be on Hinder's side on that. And like we were saying earlier, I think it is important that the knife makers that paved the way, it's like they should support the people that are coming up behind them, and support everything they're doing. This is the next generation of knife makers. I don't think anybody wouldn't say these certain knife makers didn't pave the way. You know, they are the OGs. They are the legends in the community. Their names are there. Why would they want to destroy or hurt the ones that are coming up after them? As if they're, you know, like, it's mind boggling to me. There should be support there, love. Like, everybody, you know, like, the nicer you are and the better you are in this community, the more support you're going to have. Like, I don't understand it. I personally can't grasp why you would punch down or anything like that. We should be all supporting each other. And if you have a fucking problem with something, contact the person. It's that easy. Contact them, talk to them, have a discussion. And you know, you don't realize who you might be messing with, you know, like, with a large supporting audience that loves the person and thinks that they're very humble and very nice and friendly, and it makes you look like a dick. Like, why do that? Why make yourself look like that? Why not just be in support of them, you know, help them, be part of the community, you know, don't put yourself up on a pedestal like that, because we already do that. That's up to the community to do. You shouldn't do that yourself. I think this is a good way to put it. You should never put yourself on a pedestal. Allow the community to do that, because that's the most humblest way to do it. All right. We already do that to a lot of the big companies. And since we already do it, that means that puts them there. Now, if they do it themselves, that just makes you look like a dick. So, Everyday EDC, thank you for the 5 bones. What's up, dude? How do you feel about a knife maker / designer affect your purchases? How do you feel about a knife maker / designer affect your purchases? I'm trying to understand what you mean. I don't get it, I guess. How do you feel? How does a knife maker / designer affect your purchases? I'm going to read it like that. How does a knife maker / designer affect your purchases? So one thing I would say is, if you're a knife maker and you're a custom knife maker, you can be part of the community and get relationships with people, and people will want to support you because of your kindness, because of you being such a good person. People like to support good people, especially when they relate to you. There's a lot of custom knife makers out there that have very, very expensive knives, and they sell their knives, and their books are 2 years long because of how awesome of a person they are. The people that buy custom knives in many cases are paying for you, not for the knife. They're paying for you to do the knife, and that's what they love. They love that you're the guy doing it, you're working on it. They respect your passion. They know and trust your ability to provide the best product to them, and they probably relate to you somehow. So that is a huge thing with purchasing. Now, designers, it's the same way. You can do the same thing with designers, but a lot of times with designers, it's going to be the design. So your design needs to speak to the people. That's why it's important for a lot of designers not only to have their own style, but also do their style that has to do with what the community wants. Designers, to some extent, should be part of the community enough to where they know what the people want, especially in that time, because that evolves. All right. The same thing people wanted 3 years ago is not necessarily the same thing people are wanting today or wanting tomorrow in the community, because that's who's going to support. A designer doesn't get support from the masses. They get support from the minority, the community, which is how they expand to the masses. If I like a knife maker / designer, then I'm much more likely to buy their knife. It's not how I feel about the design or quality, though. See, I personally think, like, to some extent that is true for a lot of people, but I think it is important to like the design and the build quality and all of that. But I get what you're saying, because I've done that. I couldn't tell you how many times where I supported and bought a knife because of the maker, because I liked who they were. I like what they're doing. You know, like I said, I relate with them, you know, so I think that's a huge thing. If Hitler designed a dope ass knife. Well, see, that would fail. You would get, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't be successful. And that's kind of like what I'm saying, that to some extent, you know, you being part of the community and being somebody that people like and relate with. I'll tell you what, man, and I know a lot of people in here know some of the people I'm talking about, but there's a lot of knife makers out there that shit the bed and are no longer in existence because of stuff they did. So, and if they are still part of it, it's definitely had a huge effect on anything they sell to people. Brian says, Noel Knives is killing it with his designs. I agree. Man, that new design he has, oh my goodness, that thing is awesome. I keep telling him to show his face and do videos/lives to explain his design throughout process. Not enough designers connect to the people that way. I would tell him to come on here. I talked to him at Blade Show. Awesome dude. And yeah, I agree. He should definitely do that. I think that would be very important. I think that's very important. Definitely, you want to relate to people. You want to communicate with people, communicate with the community. I think a lot of it's going to have to do with the design speaking to people, especially at first, but I think it's important to put your face on it. I think also when people like you, Brian, when I think of transparent knives, I think of your face. You know what I mean? So when I see you anywhere, I already know that's Brian. I think that's important too. You know, you don't want to be the guy where people finally see your face and like, who is that? Who is that? You know, it's good to be the guy everybody knows their face. And it definitely has an effect because the more people see your face, the more people see designs, the more and more popular you get, the more people hear your name. Now they when they see your knife design, they not only think of, oh, that, you know, that's their design, but they'll also think of your face. They'll think of the conversations you've had, the subjects you've done. You know what I mean? They relate to you, things like that. So yeah, I think that's super important. Yeah, null knives are sick. They're that new thought, like, I don't even know what to call it, but that triangular thumb stud thing he's doing, that is brilliant. It works so good. I can't express how well that thing works. Matt says, that's why I like Mr. so much, willing to have a conversation with everyone and ask input from us about everything. Agreed. And that's also what, like, that's what I was talking about earlier about some of the overseas companies being part of the community. They're the ones actually doing that. You don't see that from a lot of the big USA made knife makers or some of the USA made knife makers, period. You don't see that. And that's what I've talked about so much, that they are making it impossible to talk to them, impossible to communicate with them. You know, they're like almost like not, they're too good for the community. And I think it is hurting them. I think it's detrimental to their survival in the community. And you know, like I think it's going to have a long-term effect because a lot of the overseas companies are coming in, they are asking questions, they're doing what the community wants, they're switching this and doing this. Oh, you guys don't like that? Okay, we'll fix it. They're working with people. They're literally reaching out and asking people's opinions, and they're doing it in a passionate way, a way that does feel very genuine, regardless if it is or not. It feels very genuine, and you know, you see them all the time, and you see them, you know, trying to do their best, and that puts them in a place to where people respect it. You know, they like that. They like knowing that. And I'm not saying they always have to take the people's advice, but just being part of the community is a huge thing. And yeah, never trust a salesman, especially one that can't show his face. Well, I guess you could say they're salesmen. I don't know how I feel about that, but I get what you're saying. I'd have to sit on that one for a minute. Jared, when are you designing a knife, brother? It's probably going to be a while. I've already designed one, not that's out or anything, but I mean on paper. And I want to do it. I want to do it in the USA. I want to really bad. I really, really want to design a knife that I can have done in the USA. So that's a struggle. That's a big struggle. So I have things, I have plans. I don't know if they'll work out. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. If it winds up having to be overseas, maybe maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'd like to. What I would really like to do is have something done in the USA, if possible. If it's not possible, it's not possible, right? But we'll see. Jared, when are you going to design a knife? Oh, I've seen that one. Gabriel, you have the option of paying for a product. On the internet, you have the option of paying for the product. What is your all-time favorite knife? You can't ask me that, Dick Tracy. I don't have one. I don't have an all-time favorite. That's like, I just don't have one. There's just too many. And like there's differences, right? Like your favorite EDC knife is going to be different from, say, your favorite camping knife or your favorite chef knife or your favorite utility knife. Like I have differences, Like my favorite hunting knife wouldn't be the same as my favorite EDC knife or whatever. I like having a list, Awesome answer. Same here. Having Migron OEM a knife would be interesting. Never see their OEM. There's my mom. Hi, sweetheart. Hope everything's going good. Hello, everybody. Just wanted to say hi and good night. Thank you, Mom. I love you. I'm about to take off, too. Thank you for jumping in and saying hi. I'm looking for a nice tool-less fidget knife with good materials. Spyderco, man. Spyderco. If you want a good tool, good heat treat, good steels, good, most things are good. I'd say Spyderco. Spyderco PM2, Pair 3. There's a lot of other knives too, but that's always good. The Sabenzas are really good. Sabenzas are doing their new knives in Magna Cut, but that's probably going to be a while till you're going to be able to get one. But if you can get one in Magna Cut, they're going to be running it at 63 to 64 HRC. That's really good. But man, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of knives, a lot of great ones. Benchmade, Hogue. Here's a Sigsar K320. These are amazing. They're like $140. S30V. It's just a good work knife. It's not the best fidget factor. It's an access lock or able lock for their words. So it's a nice strong lock. Solid knife, man. This also comes in aluminum version for a little bit more money. Well, thanks for that info, but I was referring to what design I'd like to see you do. Something I don't need a tool to take the knife apart. Something I don't need a tool to take the knife apart. All knives you have to need a tool to take apart, unless if you're getting a like the Gerber, or was it Gerber? Who was that had that knife that you can just take apart without no tools? That's probably the one you'd want. I can't think of the field strip or something like that. The Gerber, was it Gerber? Gerber field strip? Something like that. I'm not a big fan of Gerber, but there's a couple other companies that are doing that if you want a toolless knife. Yes, Miss Kara is doing okay. We're about to go watch a movie right now, so I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. Shout out to all the patron members. Shout out to, and I did not pull the giveaway. Like I said, guys, I had some personal things going on. I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything. Peace.